Hi again. I'm being lazy and not going upstairs to get my iPad, so hopefully I can hold the phone still enough through this whole time. And look at that sweet little guy. Look at that sweet guy. So yesterday I told you that my name is Jenny. You found out I have 2 dogs. I actually have 3 and a cat. And I told you I have a mental illness, and yeah, I was so beyond happy and touched by the responses that I got from that first video where I just sat right here, nothing covering up all that rosacea that I hate. My hair's not much better than the last one, but that's how I'm going around today, so. Anyway, it seems like me just being me and talking from the heart, like I've been feeling the need to do, was good for a lot of you, and that's what I wanted. I think there are a lot of people in the world dealing with different sorts of mental illnesses, people who are close to people dealing with mental illness, and it's scary and it's confusing because it's getting better, but we don't live in a society that prioritizes emotional education. We don't. I mean, how many of us grew up being told the healthiest way to deal with all of our emotions, or how to be there for somebody who's struggling? We're not. I'm very lucky that that my mom got me into therapy when I was 14, when this first started. That was when I had my first episode. I haven't told you what I have, and the reason I haven't told you what I have is because every doctor I see gives it a different name. I've been labeled as clinically depressed, as having major depression, don't know what the difference is there, as bipolar, as having bipolar 2 disorder, which is different, as having symptoms of personality, what is it called? I can't believe I'm forgetting this. Here I am doing this video and I can't remember. Borderline personality disorder, which I think is a really not nice name, with clinical depression. The point is, I get these episodes, and I also sometimes am just feeling depressed, but more than anything, it's the episode. So I had my first one when I was 14. I came back from a trip to New York City with my school, and while I was there, I spiraled, which is how I define what happens. I spiraled to this dark place, and I, after years of working on being aware and educating myself, I am able to be aware of when it's happening more and more. At the time, I didn't know what was going on. In fact, looking back, I feel really bad for that kid that was going through that. I feel bad for young Jenny. That's called self-compassion. I've been working on that. Yeah, I came home from the trip, and I wasn't myself, and I couldn't communicate with my parents. I remember the looks on their faces. They looked at me like, what is going on? They didn't know what to do. We don't know what to do, right? If you have someone in your life and you don't know what to do, I get it, because it's scary and it's hard. I told my mom it'd be better if I was dead, because that's how I felt. That's what I believed in that moment. I remember it viscerally, believing that the world would be better if I died. The way you think to yourself, I can't throw my trash on the ground because that's not okay. It was almost that level of just, that's just the truth. And she got me in to see someone right away. So I have been here and there in therapy pretty much constantly since I was 14. I'm going to be 36 soon. So, long time, and I think it's been really beneficial. I saw my therapist today. I never know where to look. Do I look at the little thing where you would be looking, or do I look at myself? Do I look at the time? I don't know. I'm just making it up. Yeah, so I saw my therapist today. I'm always pretty in my head after that. It brings up a lot of feelings. You get kind of raw emotionally after that. But it's good. It's good to do. I personally believe that the world would be such a good place if we all had mental health care as often as we have physical health care. Everyone. It's not this judgmental thing. You don't go in and talk about, well, I feel like my parents really screwed me up because they did this, this, and this. I'm sure some people do. It all depends on your situation. But you could go in and talk about how stress affects you and how to deal with it. You might go in and talk about a recurring dream you have that really troubles you. We all have stuff. That's my point. We all have stuff. We're all beautifully broken. The oven is beeping and ready for my frozen pizza for my very healthy lunch. Because I didn't feel up to doing anything else. A lot of times I don't feel up to doing anything else. Moment to moment. That's what I think. Anyway, now you know a little more about me. If you go through this stuff, you are so not alone. You're not. And a lot of times, people like me who go through this, they just need to hear that it's okay. Because their mind might be lying to them. And it takes a lot of work to learn when to tell when your mind is lying to you. That's how it is for me. I can't say how it is for everyone. But I'm only here because I feel like I'm supposed to share this. Yeah. I feel all icky. And that's okay. It's there. So, it's gonna feel it. I'm gonna eat my pizza. And feel it. We all have to do it. We all have to do it. Mental illness or not, we all have to deal with emotions and feel them. And sometimes that feels incredibly lonely. But knowing that a lot of us are feeling lonely makes it a little easier. Is that wrong? We're all lonely, but we're all lonely at the same time. You're not alone in your loneliness. How's that? Okay, video 2 done. I'll be back another day.